My name is Coco Lim Haas. I am a multidisciplinary artist, New York City native. Right now, I'm mostly doing ceramic work, but I also do painting and some other shit. But yeah, all of my different mediums that I do are like different. It's like they're different people doing them.
So something that I recently found out about you and that I think is so cool is that you went to culinary school.
Oh, yeah.
How did you get into ceramics, and how does your culinary background influence your ceramics? Because you also do a lot of like actual food ceramics, like on your pots.
I was like really lost as an artist. Like I went to art school first for a year and a half. In what would have been my second year, I started to like really get into the flow of shit, but like by then I had already decided to go to culinary school. And so like there still is this like, oh, what would have happened in my mind? But what happened. And I did gain a bunch of like tactile skills that I don't think that I would have developed in the same way in art school anyway. I ultimately didn't want to go like the culinary route because it's an insane industry where like you just only get to love one thing. So I was really lost. I just like looked up like types of classes in my neighborhood and saw that that was like a thing, and I was like, I'll just put myself in a class. And it was kind of a big turning point in my life because it was the first time that I was like doing something that was like just for me. And yeah, it took off, it stuck. I guess I was introduced to a different artist in me that I didn't know what was there.
Yeah, that's so cool. So the ceramics came after you started. I mean, you started art school, then culinary school, and then it was even after that
It
the
was years
ceramics.
later. Yeah, I very intentionally don't tie my financial stability to my art making, and like it's in a way it's like a bummer because it means that I have to do all this other shit to be able to support myself, and that other stuff, well, I'll sometimes like it, I'll sometimes hate it. It's like it's this own fucking relationship, but I'm just so scared that if I tie my financial success to my art making, I'm just gonna grow so bitter towards it, and I'm gonna like diminish all the joy that's in it, which is already a struggle. Okay, I'm gonna like go down a rabbit hole, I guess. That's already a struggle, I think, for artists in general. I think for people who suffer from depression in general, where like we tie our self-value to like a thing that we're good at, like there's just so much pressure around that relationship.
Well, why don't we go back to talking about the pricing your work, because this is almost every single artist I talk to brings this up.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
It's really difficult.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I just upped my prices, and I know, especially just like doing like a little bit of like market research, I'm like, I know that these are good prices, and yet like when it's like most of the people who reach out to me about my work are like, never mind, that's too expensive. And like that, it doesn't feel good. But also, if I were able to like take all of the commissions that were like initially wanted, I would be in the shits at all times, and the payoff wouldn't be there. It would be hard for me to maintain a positive relationship with my practice, and I think ultimately that's the goal. When you're buying something, you're not just like paying for this tactile thing. You're also like paying to like support me to continue. And I mean, that's just not something that everybody cares about. Sometimes people just like want the thing and then to be out.
Yeah.
It's fine. You know, you don't have to care about me. But
you should.
Yeah, but please do.
Yeah.
It just fucking sucks that art's not affordable for everybody. It just sucks, but that's just the way it is, because it's not like, as artists, we're not like given financial assistance from, like, no one's paying us except for us. So, and we're also paying for it. And like, that's just that's a system flaw. I wish that our growth as artists was valued as much as like when we like make it or whatever. And like making it's like it's a whole other it's a whole other thing that's like just some made up shit that we work within.
Yeah. What is the reaction to your work, especially the work like with food?
The way that people talk to you about your art, and I'm not complaining, I'm like fine with this, is that they're just like, love it. And I'm, I'm never going to be like, but what do you love about it?
You should start doing that, actually.
That seems rude. I don't know what if I were to guess, I think that actually one time somebody said to me, like, it was a bit ago, and it really stuck out to me, and it kind of is what got me thinking about, like, okay, my painting self and my ceramic self are different people, because somebody was like, your work is so fun and happy. And I was like, whoa. So those aren't the like my brain's default settings. I wish they were, but they're not. I've never manifested that as an artist until ceramics. And I think that is what people like about it. And I think that's what I like about it, is that like I'm just like, this is just some shit that feels good to look at. The reason I am into art, and I'm sure that this is true for a lot of artists, is just for feeling. And so like if something makes you happy to look at, I feel like that should absolutely be enough of a reason to like it.
What art is supposed to be is it's supposed to like ignite something in you and like get a reaction from you. And it's that feeling, it's what you're experiencing that you're supposed to experience. It's not something that like you can't grasp. Like realizing this with contemporary art as well is like, there doesn't need to be a history there, right? Like we don't have the hindsight really to like understand a lot of things about this work. But at the same time, I'm getting a reaction, like I'm feeling something. And I love that. Like I that's why I'm like, I'm going to make it my life's work to just like surround myself with artists and look at art. And like, I need to make that my job because, that's like the life I want to live. It's very fulfilling to be surrounded by art. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll let you go. And it was so nice talking.
It was really nice talking to you.
She's not my dog, actually. Oh my gosh, your dog is so cute.
Oh my God. So small. They kind of look alike. I mean, like, not really.
Their colors a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, talk to you soon, I guess. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.